Hi everybody. So yesterday we began our learning on Roman numerals and today it's our recorded lesson just to do a bit more practice on those trickier Roman numerals that you'll probably have already come across. Don't forget to try and catch up and keep up with all the work. So let's have a look at some of those trickier numbers. Let's look at the number 4. As we know, to make the number 1, 2 or 3, it's nice and easy. You just add an I each time. 1, 2, 3. But don't forget that you can't have 4 of the same letter in a row to make a number. So then we have to change. So if that equals 3, we have to go up to the next letter in Roman numerals, which is a V, which means 5. And then we have to take away 1. And by taking away 1 in Roman numerals, you put the smaller value there. So to write 4 is 5, take away 1 is 4. Similarly, to make 9, that's another tricky one, we can make 8 by adding V, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, but we can't have another I again. So instead we have to look to the next value up, which is X, and then we have to take away 1, 10, take away 1 equals 9. Let's have a look at 14 as well. So for 14, we know that 14 is made up of a 10, so we can put the X, but it's also made up of this tricky 4 like we saw before, and it's the same here. 5 take away 1, so that is 14. Again for 19, 19 is made up of a 10 and a 9, so again the 10 is the X, and this tricky 9, 10 minus 1, that's 9, so that number is 19. Let's have a look at 24. How would you do 24? Press pause on the video, have a go, and then I'll explain it afterwards. Okay, so 24, what did you get? Firstly, let's look at the tens number, and that's 2 lots of 20, so it's 2 X's. And then all you do is you go back and look at the 4, which is 5 take away 1, and that makes 24. 10 add 10 is 20, and then 5 take away 1 is 4. Okay, let's look at 29. Can you do the same again? Have a go at 29. Think about the tens and then the 9. Press pause and have a go. Okay, did you get it? 20 is like this. And then we go and have a look at the 9. 10 minus 1 is 9. Fantastic. Okay, let's make it a little bit harder. I'm just going to move my page and you're just going to have a look at this step. Okay. Because Roman numerals don't have any place value, you need to create each digit of the number. So we know that if we wanted to make the number 1,249, with the 1,000 as one of them, so it's just M. To make the 200, we need C and C, because C add C equals 200. To make the 40, we have to use XL. Why? Because 40 is a bit like 4, it's a bit tricky. It's L, 50, take away 10, and the takeaway number always goes first, so that's 40. And then to make 9, again that tricky number, we can't make 9 any other way other than going 10, take away 1 is 9, so it's IX. So what does that look like when we put it all together? It looks like this. Okay, we've talked about step 2 already. Okay, so step 3, when you combine all these numbers together, the answer is M to represent 1,000, CC to represent 200, XL to represent 40, and IX to represent 9. Okay, on this side of my paper, there are some questions for us to have a little go at. Okay, I would like to see if you could have a go at this first one. Press pause, write the answer, and then have a look. We'll call this question number 1. Did you get it? Let's work it out together. So we've got D, C, C. So we've got D, and then after that, so it must be an add, because it's after, we've got D, add 2C. So 500, 600, 700. So it must be 700. And then we've got a tens number. We've just got one 10. And then we've got a 5. We've got an X and then a V. So that's another add. Okay, so 10 and 5 makes 15. That's that one. Let's look at the second question. We'll call that question 2. It's MMXLV. Press pause and see if you can have a go. Okay, did you get it? We've got 2 M's. So that's 2000. Then we've got an X. Now an X is a 10, and then we've got an L. Because that's there, that must be a take away, so we have to go L take away X. L take away X is 50 take away 10, which is 40. And then we've got a 5. But this was 2000. We don't have any 100 numbers. There's no mention of any 100 numbers. So we have to put a 0 as a placeholder. There are no hundreds. There are 4 tens and 5 units. That's a tough one. Okay, have a go at the next one. We'll call this question 3. Okay, did you get it? Let's go through. So we've got 1000. Have we got any hundreds this time? No, we've just got tens. So because there are no hundreds, we can put that 0 straight in this time. There are 2 tens and 2 ones. So the answer is 1022. Okay, we're going to try one more, which is further down the page, which is this one. We'll call this question 4. And it is MMMDCX. Press pause and have a little go. Okay, how did you get on? Well, we've got 3,000, so we know it's a 1,000 number. Then we've got a D, a C, and an X. Now the D is before the C, so you must add the C on. So D add C is 500 add 100, that's 600. Then we've got 1X, so 610. That's that one. Okay, we're going to do one final one. I promise you this is the last thing. It's down here. It's this one. This is the last question, question 5. Can you see it? Yep. Okay, question 5 is MCDV. Have a go, press pause. Okay, how did you get on that time? So we have 1000, which is M. We have C, D. Let's just have a look at C and D a minute. So C and D are 500 and 1,000 and 100. The C is first before the D. So it must be take away. D take away C. 500 take away 100 is 400. And then a V, which is 5. But we know this was 1,000, this number. There are no 10s at all, so we put the placeholder in and it's 1,405. Okay, well done everybody. So what I'd like you to do today, after you've done your, you've listened to this, I'd like you to keep going with any Target Your Maths questions that you didn't quite get onto, or do some more on the next level. There's also the 5 a day to complete. And that is all the maths I want you to do today. If you want to replay this video again, you can. You might see on this sheet that I've been looking on that there are some other questions that you could try as well. Have a go at those. You could let me know on Firefly or on email how you've got on, and please ask me if you need any help. There'll be some more work later in the week.